Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, April 4th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I have been a bonus podcasting fool this week, so look out. We have bonus pods coming your way from the Yardbirds, the Cowboy Junkies, the Bay Bridge and Annapolis Spring Sailboat Shows, Denims and Diamonds, and maybe County Executive Pittman. As for your OMG fact for the day, and this is another one I knew, the first interracial kiss on television was in 1968 on Star Trek, and I believe it was between Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura. Anyhow, we do have some news, so shall we? Anne Arundel County Public Schools will shift their pre-kindergarten program next year to serve only 4-year-olds, aligning with the new state requirements from the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. Previously, programs included both 3- and 4-year-olds. The new policy does mandate priority for 4-year-old students with the greatest financial needs, categorized under a tier system. Tier 1 includes children from low-income families, English learners, and special education students. Pre-K 3 positions will be converted into Pre-K 4, allowing more 4-year-olds access to nearby schools. Now, this reallocation is aimed at improving access and reducing long travel times for high-need students. Officials did stress that the resources are being redirected, not cut, and some programs like Head Start will remain free for qualifying families. The City of Annapolis has introduced 2 new electric buses into its public transit fleet as part of an ongoing effort to modernize and reduce its carbon footprint. The buses will operate on the city's most heavily used routes and are expected to cut both fuel costs and emissions. Officials said that the move marks a step forward in long-term sustainability planning, and more electric buses could be added as infrastructure allows. The buses, with a $1.2 million price tag, were funded in part by federal and state grants focused on green transportation initiatives. Maryland's annual roadside litter cleanup effort has yielded thousands of bags of trash in recent weeks. State officials reported that truckloads of debris, including plastic, vehicle parts, and general waste, were collected along highways statewide. The Maryland Department of Transportation used the event to renew its call for responsible driving and proper disposal of waste, highlighting the environmental and economic cost of roadside litter. Volunteers, correctional crews, and transportation staff all participated in the cleanup campaign, which serves as both a practical and symbolic effort to improve public spaces. The moral of this story: don't litter. All right, you want to mark your calendars. The Denim and Diamonds Gala is set to return to Annapolis on April 26th, and tickets are on sale right now, and they will sell out. This annual event will benefit the Anne Arundel Medical Center Foundation and specifically mental health care for pediatric patients. Guests can expect an evening of live music, dancing, gourmet cuisine, and an auction featuring unique experiences and luxury items. Attendees are encouraged to come as you are and dress in your finest denim or sparkle in gowns and dinner jackets. It's all up to you, and it all goes to support the Foundation's vital healthcare initiatives. Tickets are now available, and sponsorship opportunities do remain open. AAMCdenimanddiamonds.org is where you want to go. Here is a look at some local events happening across Anne Arundel County this weekend. Tonight, Cirque du Paris opens up at Annapolis Mall, featuring a traditional French-style circus from one of France's most prominent circus families. The show does run nightly through April 13th. Tomorrow, you've got the Artist Open Studios Tours takes place, and that's throughout the county and actually the state, with dozens of local artists welcoming the public into their studios. Tours will continue tomorrow and Sunday. Also tomorrow, the Maryland Chicken Wing Festival in Crownsville will offer food, chicken wings, axe throwing contests, and live music from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I am actually going to be a judge in the Best Wing competition. That'll happen around 4 p.m. That's up at the fairgrounds. The Annapolis Cup at St. John's College, which is the croquet match. It brings springtime charm with croquet, champagne, and floral bonnets from noon to 6 p.m. as the midshipmen try once again to defeat the Johnnies. Tickets are still available for that. You can get them at sjc.edu/croquet. If you're worried about identity theft, a paper shredding event has been scheduled by the county at 2662 Riva Road from 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday, and that is the county office complex. It is limited to 2 boxes. Be safe, shred it. Also Saturday night, over here in Annapolis at the Pip Moyer Rec Center, the adult Easter egg hunt begins at 8 p.m. It is open to adults 21 and over. It includes prize-filled eggs, some with alcohol, and it does require a flashlight. Sliding into Sunday, the U.S. Naval Academy's Trident Brass performs a jazz and swing concert at the William Paca Gardens from 1 to 3 p.m. I think there's a $5 admission for that. The Naptown Philharmonic Orchestra joins Annapolis Poet Laureate Jefferson Holland and others for an Earth Day-themed concert a little bit early at Maryland Hall. Tickets are only $25. Students do get in for free. And finally, wrapping out Sunday, the Asian American Festival in Crownsville takes over from where the Wing Festival was and will feature traditional foods, dragon dancing, and martial arts. Starts at 11 a.m. You want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight this Saturday at noon. This week we chat with a trio from Lotus Psychotherapy, and I learned an awful lot there. That does drop at noon on Saturday. And today on Canines and Crosstreks, as promised, Dakota, a husky doodle, joins us. Of course, we had some Subaru news, and if you are worried about tariffs, Billy has and is still getting some more answers for you. You want to listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some irresistible photos of Dakota, who was very camera shy, and get all of the information on how you can adopt her. And once again, don't forget that we do have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We do send it out to your email inbox at 7 p.m. every night. Yes, 365 days a year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. And here is a link right here in the show notes for you. All right, that's it. Now it is time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world. And if we do, please leave a review somewhere, or better yet, tell a friend to give us a listen. We also want to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, both the Bay Bridge and the Annapolis Spring Sailboat Shows, and Macmedics. It's Friday, the weekend is here, and now it is time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, eat a wing or two, and keep shopping local. Now hang tight, we do have your Eye on Annapolis local weather report, and then Canines and Crosstreks. All of that's coming your way in just a minute.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Macmedics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Macmedics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Macmedics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Macmedics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Macmedics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Macmedics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel County. Let's dive right into your local weather forecast for the upcoming days. Today, expect a cooler day with highs around 68. There is a chance of a morning thunderstorm in some areas, so keep that umbrella handy. The day will remain mostly cloudy as night falls. Temperatures will drop to about 55. Tomorrow, the morning might greet you with some spotty drizzle under cloudy skies with temperatures peaking near 64. By night, it will be mostly cloudy with lows around 55. And while a bit cool, the weather does look fine for the Wing Festival and the croquet match. Sunday, the sun does take a shy approach, staying mostly behind clouds, but temperatures will be milder with a high near 70. Nighttime brings clearer skies and cooler temperatures, dropping to around 50. There may be some rain showers after 9 p.m., continuing into early Monday morning. Looking forward, as we move into next week, anticipate cooler temperatures and a mix of sun and clouds throughout the week, and it doesn't look like we're going to get out of the 50s all week long. That's your weather outlook, Anne Arundel. Remember, whether it's rain or shine, keep on smiling, because Mother Nature loves to keep us on our toes.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Anne Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Back here for Canines and Crosstreks up at Annapolis Subaru at 149.
Thank you. Wow.
Old Siloams. You know, I dig in the weather because it's cool enough outside, yet that makes it comfortable in Billy's office.
It is, I didn't have that on. I think it's, hang on.
Well, it's mainly because we have to close the door because we always have dogs in here.
76 right now, which is quite nice.
That's okay. Yeah, when the sun beats in here, it gets pretty brutal.
Yeah, we're also, it's a little earlier than we usually are. So it's, welcome.
Well, I'll tell you, as promised last week, we have a husky doodle.
That's right. We got Dakota in the house.
Dakota in the house, furry.
Very furry. She's like
Very,
a teddy
very
bear.
furry, and actually a very unusual sort of a look with a black and I don't want to say tan, but it's more about the light beige-ish.
Exactly. But she's sweet as can be. Lots of energy. Obviously, a whole lot of energy. And
Well, is she a puppy still?
she is just a puppy, and she is
5 months old?
Yeah, 5 months
Is
old.
that what your notes? You sent me some notes.
Yes, that's correct. She's 5 months old, and she unfortunately had to be surrendered to us because the owner was allergic. So it was probably the husky part and not the poodle part.
I was going to say, because poodles are hypoallergenic for the most part.
So does
poodles-
this dog, does Dakota shed?
Well, I think she will shed.
A
The
little
husky
bit?
part will shed, yeah.
Okay.
And the poodle, not so much.
Wait, so how does that work when you have a husky and a doodle? Because I know that when you get a golden doodle, usually they're
It's a poodle and a
golden.
golden.
Right.
So this is a husky and a poodle.
Okay. But
So I don't know what the name would be. It'd be a...
But the golden doodles typically have a shorter coat than this one.
Right. This
Yeah.
one's more like the shaggy look.
So
See?
the back
Yeah.
half of the back half of Dakota is going to shed like a monster,
Gotcha.
and the front half will be okay.
Okay.
That's how they divide it up among
Yes.
dogs.
And remember, it's a standard poodle because you're probably picturing a little baby poodle with a husky together. And no, it's a standard poodle. So that's how she, you can see she's tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, okay. You got that clarification on
Good.
the poodle husky.
There is probably some shedding, though, I would imagine.
I would imagine, yeah.
But she's a sweetie. So and she was surrendered, we said, because of
The owner found out that they were actually allergic.
oh, that's a bummer.
I know, it is a bummer.
Well, I'm glad they were able to bring them into you.
Yes.
So she's getting the care that she needs, and we're going to get her a good home.
I mean, when she first got in, she was a little bit skittish and just nervous, but she's also a young puppy. And but also she was the same way getting in the car. She kind of put the brakes on. Yeah.
Well,
But she's here.
we got to train them, at some point. And I was seeing the Subaru has launched another loving thing.
Do you know what Subaru Love Encore is?
No, that's why we're here.
Would you like to know?
I would.
So the way that Subaru Love Encore works, it's a Subaru Love Encore redelivery. So somebody purchases a vehicle from us. It is very important to us and to Subaru that our customers know how to properly work their vehicles. So when you're buying a car, it can take a little bit of time, right? So you got to, you test drive, figure out pricing, financing, the whole shebang, sign everything, do all the tags and stuff. Sometimes it can take a couple hours. And by the end of it, you're kind of done, right? Your brain is a little shut off. So our sales consultant will go over the vehicle with you, pair your phone, show you how to work. We'll spend as much time with you as you like. But a lot of people are like, you know what?
Get me out.
I just want to go home. This has been a lovely experience, but I'm a little tired and I'd like to go to bed now. I'd like to go home. I want to get something to eat. So what we do is we have a gentleman here. His name is Ryan Richardson. He will reach out to our customers a week or two after they purchase their vehicle and invite them to come back in to the store and get a comprehensive redelivery. So going over all the bells and whistles on the car, how to work everything. And we encourage our customers when they're driving their car for that first couple weeks to write down questions, to, try to have some stuff for them when you come back in.
So when you're looking at the dashboard, you go, so what's that button do?
What's that button? What's that like?
Before you hit the eject button.
Yeah. What's that? What's that sound? Right? Because these cars have so many sounds now with the active safety features. It's it's been really great. Our customers really enjoy it, and it's very unique to this industry to have somebody like this that is really just a product expert. And we don't want you to when you buy a car from us, it's not thanks for the business, see you never. It's come back in. We're gonna get you very familiar with your car. With this program, what Subaru is now doing with the Gifts for Good is they're incentivizing the customers to come back in, and then giving the customers the opportunity to have a gift donated to Gifts for Good to somebody that would need it. So it's pretty cool.
That really is. And I will say, when you come in to buy a Subaru, you might want to take a look at that Crosstrek that's sitting out front. That's a very nice, cool rust color, which seems to be a new color. Is it?
Rust, John?
Yes, sort of a rust.
It's like a burnt orange.
Yes, that could be it.
That too.
That could be a rusty burnt orange. Very attractive looking car.
You like it?
I did.
Cool.
I did. I scared the lady that was reading her documents in the Subaru just delivered next to it when I slid in between and looking at in the window, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
Yeah. It's a shade of orange.
It's nice.
It is.
It's nice. And I never would have thought I liked orange cars, but I like the bright orange that you had a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And there are certain colors that actually work on certain cars.
Sure.
And I was looking at the SPCA's website, and once again, they're all gone. S'mores is gone. Tofu's gone. Jade is gone.
Yes. Isn't that cool?
They're all gone.
Nailing it.
That's it.
They're all gone.
Now we
got to get Dakota gone.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota's already gone.
I think I may.
Oh, are you taking him out?
No.
Taking her.
Well, I think I may have somebody that's very interested in them, because I adopted a dog from Kuwait, a rescue. And unfortunately, it's developed some sort of a cancer. So it's on, some sort of puppy hospice that she's very interested when she heard the description of a husky doodle. And she's like,
yes.
Oh, my word. That's like such a cool dog.
That's great. That's perfect.
So I'm definitely going to she'll be very excited to see that.
Well, she has to submit an app.
True.
Well,
there is a process.
Dakota are going to get a lot of apps.
There's a process that some people feel is too long. We think it's just perfect.
Right. And guys, how many vials of blood do you require now for that?
Not as many as before. We've gotten better.
And Billy, I also want to talk a little. Last week we talked a little bit about tariffs, and the president is going to be addressing them today and tomorrow and stuff like that. Is there anything else that you know about that at this point?
Not really. It's we do know that the prices are probably going to go up. Don't know by how much. Don't know which particular cars in our stable are going to get affected. But it's my recommendation is that if purchasing a vehicle is something that you are looking to do in the next 6 months or so, that
accelerate it.
I would highly recommend coming in this weekend or anytime next week before the 11th.
Right.
And because all the cars that we have here right now, their prices aren't going to change,
right?
Unless they tell us tomorrow that they are, but they're not.
Right.
At the moment.
So at the moment, they're all gonna be the same price. So I can't speak for
the future,
anytime after the 11th.
Well, one thing that I want to mention, so everybody, everyone's sort of freaking out on on the tariffs and stuff like that. And Subaru is a Japanese car. It's one of the most reliable, safest cars on the road. But I read a statistic that said that most of the U.S. made cars, which is what the president is really advocating, he says, it'll be great because everybody go to U.S. made cars and stuff like that. They're made of 40% on average of foreign parts. So there's going to be those tariffs. It's not like, I'm going to buy the Chevy and pick it up at next to nothing.
No, this is an industry wide, American car company, import car company. It's going to be an industry wide impact that's going to be felt. And it's a kind of a wait and see. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure lots of all the manufacturers are going to handle it differently.
Right.
We just hope that it doesn't affect it too much, and we can continue to do business the way that we have been doing business.
Well, I do, because the way that you've been doing business has allowed you to support the community in so many different ways. And, I and probably everybody in the area would certainly hate to see that take a hit.
Yeah, no. And I think, at the end of the day, there's a lot of different, businesses and industries that are necessary. And this is one of them. So, people need transportation. They need, to get their vehicles serviced, get their vehicles maintained. So, we're always, we're going to be here to help anybody out that needs our help. And we'll get it all figured out here pretty soon.
It's the bunny weekend.
Bunny weekend. Photos with the bunny.
At the SPCA at Paul's.
Real bunny, not the creepy bunny.
Real bunny.
That's right. If you want the creepy bunny, I go to the center court. But if you want the real bunny,
do you get to pick your bunny, or is it just the same bunny?
Well, right
for
now,
everybody?
depending on who's still available, some are going home for adoption. But right now, we have a couple friendly bunnies. And so if we have more than one, then yes, you could pick the bunny you want to picture with.
I noticed that.
Does that matter? Were you debating on whether you should come or not? And that was going to be the decision maker.
Wondering. Well, let me throw it into car dealerships. We walked into Annapolis Subaru today, and the showroom was completely empty.
There's one car.
There's one car in there, but the main car is gone.
Yeah.
And somebody came in. They fell in love with that car, apparently, and said, I want that car. And you open the doors, and out it drove. Same with the SPCA. Somebody comes in to get their pictures with the bunny. They love that bunny. Out the door, go.
Out the door.
Was last year the first year you did the bunny pictures?
Yes.
Did you adopt any bunnies during
we
that?
don't want to have anybody adopt them only because it's Easter. So we have to, right.
Okay.
So we still have the application process, So there's an application process for the bunnies too.
But that is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And you can go to Eventbrite and look for Hop into Spring to get a reservation sort of there to do that. And they do ask for a $5 donation, which just goes to help take care of all of the wonderful animals, both there and down at Bay Ridge Road Avenue. I get them always confused, but that's always that's a great Easter picture to sit there and the pictures of the bunnies.
It's fun.
So
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we need to skedoodle out of here, but we do need to get a home for Dakota.
Lots of energy.
Yep. 5-month-old female husky doodle, which I love that name. Sheds on the back half and not on the front half.
Like, wait a second.
Wonderful black and tan, just sort of wild hairdo. Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of neat. And if you are in the market for the car, you've been thinking about being in the market for a car the next 6 months to a year, accelerate it. Come down here to Annapolis Subaru at 149 Old Solomons Island Road or AnnapolisSubaru.com. See what's in stock, see what they can do for you. I've got several friends that have purchased new and used Subarus over the last 2 or 3 years, and not one of them has anything but great things to say about them. So from a safety point of view to the way it handles, the comfort and all that. So
customer service.
Including Kelly sitting over here with her
love my car.
Crosstreks.
Love.
Let's get Dakota a home, and we'll see you guys next week. Who are you going to bring next week?
I think we're going to try to bring Bella the Shar-Pei.
Okay, we had another Bella earlier. I think maybe it was last year.
This is a different one. That's
different
right.
Bella too.
Shar-Pei. It sounds like sounds like a hit piece.
I know.
Sounds like a character on like High School Musical.
Okay, see you guys next week.
Bye.
This April, the Chesapeake Bay Area is the ultimate destination for boating enthusiasts. Join us for 2 spectacular events that kick off the 2025 boating season. First up is the Bay Bridge Boat Show at Safe Harbor Narrows Point, back with an all-new location, April 11th through the 13th in Graysonville, Maryland. Explore an impressive array of powerboats, from fishing vessels and trawlers to pontoon boats and luxury cruisers. Enjoy on-site parking, delectable food and beer stations, and live entertainment, all set against the stunning backdrop of the Chesapeake Bay. Then from April 25th through the 27th, head to historic downtown Annapolis for the Annapolis Spring Sailboat Show. Discover new and brokered sailboats, including catamarans, monohulls, family cruisers, day sailors, and inflatables. Meet with boating clubs and charter companies, shop for the latest gear and equipment, and celebrate the new season with fellow sailors and marine pros. With live entertainment, seminars, and a festive tasting tent, there's something for everyone. These are can't-miss events, and you can skip the line by getting your tickets right now online. You can get them at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. That's AnnapolisBoatShows.com. We'll see you on the docks. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.